Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about main idea. Alright? Who remembers, anybody remember what we talked about before about main idea? Who remembers what main idea is? Yes, Alice.
What the book is about?
What the book is about. Awesome. So, just not what the book is about, but what the book is mostly about. Right? We're looking for the main idea of the whole book. So, I want you to take a look at this anchor chart I created. Now, it says main idea is what the text is mostly about. I underlined it, right? Because I want to know what it's mostly about. See whose eyeballs are on me. Now, I made a table. And I know you're like, why did you make a table, Miss Walker?
I told you.
I made a table because when you have a main idea, I'll get a better marker for that. When you have a main idea, let's pretend like it's at the top of the table. Right? So a table has what underneath it? Raise your hand if you know, to support it, to hold it up. Janiyah. You know what you call those? Legs. Excellent. So a main idea has to have something to hold it up. Okay? It has to have something called details. Can you say details?
Details.
And details support the main idea. They support it or they hold it up. Right, Alana?
Yes.
So let me tell you, if I said, let's say I write a paragraph, or I write a book, and my whole book is about Alice is the nicest girl ever. That's my main idea. What could be a supporting detail? If you said, well, Miss Walker, why is she the nicest girl ever? Then you could tell me something she does that what? Is what? Good? Or what did I say my main idea was? She's nice. So we've got to support the fact that she's what? Nice. Raise your hand if you could give me a supporting detail to say that Alice is nice. Something she does, or Jason.
She helps people up when they fall.
She helps people up when they fall. Excellent. Charles.
She says the manners.
She has her manners. Awesome. Yes, Jason.
So if somebody sneezes, she says bless you.
Very good. She's polite. So those are all details that support the main idea that Alice is a really nice girl. Okay? Did everybody get that kind of? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, we're going to go into it a little more. Some clues to help you find out the main idea. Sometimes the title of the story can give you the main idea. So if the title of the story was all about cats, it's going to give you a pretty good idea, Alana, that the story is going to be about what?
Cats.
Yeah, probably cats. The pictures can help you with the main idea. There are clues that are words that are used over and over and over again, right? So if I use in my example that Alice is the nicest girl ever, then I might use the word kind, polite, sweet. Those are all words that also mean what? What did I say my main idea was?
Nice.
Nice. Excellent, Jason. All right, let me see who's sitting up and not playing with a pencil. Thank you. All right, also, sometimes we can find the main idea in a paragraph or a piece of a text, and it's actually right there. It can sometimes be the first or last sentence. Sometimes. Sometimes you have to come up with your own, but sometimes it's already there. And today, we're going over paragraphs where it's already there. It's already in the first or last sentence. So we don't even have to think that hard. So it's going to be pretty easy today to start with. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side so we can remember that. And you can tell me what kind of text you've been going over in your classrooms? Are you doing fiction or
Fiction.
nonfiction? Good. Who can raise their hand and tell me what nonfiction is? Janiyah.
Something that's real.
Something that is real. Excellent. And today, I have picked paragraphs from nonfiction texts for us because we're doing nonfiction, right?
Yes.
And instead of finding, Alana, the main idea for the whole book, I love how Jalela is sitting so nicely, and I know she's listening. We're going to find the main idea for just a chunk of the book. Sometimes a chunk is a paragraph, just a piece of it, right? Because finding the main idea for a whole book, Jason, that's a lot to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're just going to find it for a piece. I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? I'm going to model for you my thinking. I'm going to read the first paragraph up here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm also going to get 2 colors of markers. One, because I'm going to circle my main idea, and one, because I'm going to underline the details that support it. Because I've got to prove it. You've got to prove that that's the main idea. How do we know? Okay? The ocean coasts are always changing shape. I got this book, or these paragraphs from a book, about the earth. Okay? The ocean coasts are always changing shape. Wind and waves beat against the cliffs. This breaks down rocks and shifts sand, forming beaches and dunes. Well, let me see. I told you that today we're going to work, Jason Charles, with main idea that was either in the first sentence or the last sentence. So I'm going to read, this breaks down rocks and shifts sand, forming beaches and sand dunes. That's a lot of information. I don't think that could be an overall main idea. The ocean coasts are always changing shape. The ocean coasts are always changing shape. I'm going to circle that just to think, maybe that's my main idea, because I don't like this. I don't think this sentence could be a main idea. So, if that's my main idea, what do I have to support my main idea? What did we say we had to have? What are these called? What is it? Go for it.
Details.
Details, yeah, excellent. I've got to have details that support it. So, in that case, if I said the ocean coast, so that's where the ocean, right, meets the beach, right, Jason? If I said they're always changing shape, then the rest of this paragraph has to be about how they change what?
Shape.
Shape.
Oh.
Shape. Right, Jason, thank you. Thank you. So, wind and waves beat against cliffs. If something was constantly beating, would that change the shape? Would that change the shape? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, I think so. I am seeing who is doing a nice job. Of course that's going to change the shape. If something was constantly beating against something else, sooner or later, that movement is going to change the shape. Jason, what about this one? This breaks down rocks. Okay? I need you to listen first. This breaks down rocks and shifts sand, forming beaches and sand dunes. Think about that. It breaks down the rocks. Would that be changing the rock's shape?
No.
So if I took a rock and I broke it, didn't I change its shape?
Yes.
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 If I moved the sand on the beach, right, I moved it, I shifted it, and I made something else, isn't that changing shape?
Yes.
Yes. So this is also about changing shape. So these two sentences tell me that the main idea is that the ocean coasts are always changing shape. Because we said if you constantly beat something, that's going to change its shape.
Yep.
If you break something, that's going to change its shape.
Yep.
And if you move the sand and you form new beaches and sand dune, that's going to change its shape. So what's the main idea?
Shape.
What's the full main idea? Who can read it with me? Let me see. I love how Alice, read it all with me. The ocean coasts are always changing shape. So, yes, Jason.
Can I go get some water?
In about 2 minutes. Okay? Let me see who I really think is doing a nice job. Here is what we are doing. I'm going to give you a paper. Right, Charles? And on that paper, you're going to see a paragraph. And I also have it on mine, okay? It is paragraph number 1. And we're going to pick the main idea, and we're going to underline the details that tell us the main idea. And we're going to do it together. I've got it and you've got it, okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to start by handing you out your paper. Everybody go ahead and point to paragraph number 1. Do you need a new pencil, Jason?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Charles. Go right over there and get one from the zebra bucket. No.
I remember this
Okay.
about
So everybody point to paragraph number 1. Sit up for me, Alana. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to get a highlighter. And we're not going to complain about what color we get, are we? No. So you're going to get a highlighter. Now, Jason, are you listening? Jason, you listening? Thank you. You're going to highlight, when I circle the main idea, you're going to highlight it. What are you going to do? Highlight it. When I circle, you highlight. Then I'm going to give you a color. Actually, you know what? We're going to use our own pencil. So when we underline the details, you're going to underline it with a pencil. Okay? So, highlight, main idea. When I circle it, underline details. On your bottom, Charles, what you need, friend?
You have to put the A on it.
Ah, I did. Thank you. Thank you. Teachers make mistakes just like you do sometimes. I know, right? It's amazing. Okay. Now, I know you got a highlighter. You're excited. Put it down for me until we read our main idea, because we're not going to highlight until we read the main idea. So all eyeballs up here. Let me see who's looking. I'm going to read this paragraph to you. While I'm reading it, you have the same paragraph. What do you think you're going to do while I'm reading it?
Highlight.
No?
Circles.
Good try.
Pencil.
While I'm
underline,
reading it.
Underline.
Ooh,